It's time to take the gloves off. Something that's been weighing on my mind a lot lately, and I need to get it off my chest. Let's stop pretending that whiskey raffles are fair. I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but they're not. And I'm going to prove to you why they're not fair. So give me a minute, all right? Whiskey raffles are sold as fairness, equal chance, equal opportunity. But the uncomfortable truth is that they're not fair. They're controlled, monetized, and often reward spending over passion. So let's stop for a second and say this. If you love raffles, good for you. That's fine. I get it. They can be fun if you enjoy that kind of thing. If you don't enjoy that kind of thing, well, then you're probably going to agree with me for at least one of the many reasons I'm going to point out. So let's start with the reality. Whiskey scarcity is real. No denying. Allocations are smaller than demand, and that's not going to change anytime soon. It's just not. The stores had a problem. It was a first come, first served kind of chaos. People camping out, and that encouraged resale. There was the backroom favoritism that killed the trust. And raffles were introduced as a solution. You would have no lines, no bots, no obvious favoritism. And for a while, that worked. But the system evolved. And whiskey raffles evolved into something new entirely. So before I get a lot of hate in the comments, let's be fair for a second. Raffles did away with the physicality of it and digital warfare, so to speak. And raffles removed these things from the equation. For the most part, you wouldn't have to skip work or keep smashing refresh until you got the bottle that you wanted. That in itself makes raffles a better alternative. And because of raffles, the MSRP still remains intact. Without raffles, many allocated bottles would never hit the shelves at all. They would go out the back door to somebody's best friend or the person who spends the most at that retailer. And love them or hate them, raffles are one of the last barriers to the secondary market and remaining at MSRP. Another benefit is some stores actually do it right. They have full transparency, the odds of winning. Their rules are clear, and engagement over spending. These raffles feel fair. They are rare, but they exist. And therein lies the problem. The good raffles are the exception, but not the standard. Now, there's many types of raffles. Some that are fair, they can tell you the odds. Others are a pay to play. Some are based on the loyalty points. These pay to play type of raffles means the more you spend, the greater chance you have to win. Whether it be raffle tickets that you buy or the amount of product you spend at a particular store. So the more you spend, the louder your name is during the raffle. It's not random. That's a legalized advantage. And here's the part that nobody wants to admit. Raffles didn't eliminate favoritism. They automated it. A lot of the problem that I see with Raffles, and there's multiple problems that I see with them, is a lot of times you are convinced that you have an equal opportunity. But the truth is that the person who spends more is more likely to get a chance in that raffle than you are. Because there is always somebody who spends more than you. Whether you like to admit it or not, it's true. So you're basing an idolized version of gambling based on how much you put toward it. Now, I know that there are some that do not base it that way, but still, your chances at getting the bottle you want are not always as great as you think they are. Even the ones that seem fair to begin with, there's no guarantee that favoritism isn't played out. This leads to another issue, and that is the secondary market and flippers. Now, I realize that this is trying to eliminate a lot of the issues that we have with the secondary market. And if you're part of the secondary market, that's a subject for a completely different day. If you buy or sell on the secondary market, you're part of the problem that raffles were set to stop, basically. And because of that, there are still flippers and the secondary market that is involved in raffles. When it comes to the monetized raffles, these flippers, secondary marketers, they still have a greater chance because of the amount that they buy. And they don't care if they turn around and sell it to you for twice as much as what they paid for it. I've been to too many raffles where this was entirely the case. People in their own little groups, you could hear talk behind your back. Well, I already have all these bottles, but I want to get this one and this one because I know I can turn around and sell it for twice as much. Again, that's part of the problem. They're not true collectors. They're not true enthusiasts. They're there to take your chance at enjoyment. They're there to take your money in the long run. And more times than not, they have a better opportunity than you do. I know this is going to probably get me a lot of hate, and I get it, but it disgusts me when there is a group that does their best to take advantage of others in someone else's hobby and turns it into a monetary gain for themselves. Raffles, lotteries. These are all just another way for people to ruin the pure enjoyment of something. You don't have to like my opinion. I get it. It's not a very popular one. But it's the way I feel. Tell me down in the comments how you feel about raffles. Me personally, I would rather the joy of just stumbling onto a bottle that's been sitting on the shelf that nobody noticed. That to me is far more entertaining and means a lot more than standing in line for hours, hoping I get the opportunity to get the bottle that I most want. When the reality is, even if I get the chance to buy a bottle, chances are that bottle is going to be gone before my number is called. The hobby and the community deserve better. There's better ways to do it. Sorry, I'm just not, I don't like them. There's a lot of things about them that are wrong. But I can't control it. But I can voice my opinion. If you're part of that secondary market, don't ever contact me. Sorry, not sorry. I just don't like when people take advantage of other people. And that's exactly what you do. I don't like people thinking that other people are dumb and then profiting off of that. So, down in the comments, give me all your hate. I'll take it. Long ashes and full glasses to every one of you. And I do mean every one of you. See you in the next video. I won't do it. You can kiss my ass.